What's going on, guys? Challenge here, and today I want to talk about the Season 2 blog post, or specifically the Season 2 roadmap that highlighted a lot of stuff and pretty much everything coming to Season 2 of Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 and Warzone 2. Now, I don't want to start off with the negative, but I will say this. This content update in the roadmap is with tons of controversy, and honestly, I'm always kind of neutral on controversy because I kind of want to see how things play out. But in this case, I kind of agree with the controversy. It's definitely well said and definitely coming from a very reasonable spot. Now, we'll start off with some positives with this roadmap. We'll bring it up here on screen. I'm really liking the Modern Warfare 2 multiplayer stuff besides the maps. We'll get into that later. But the fact that rank play is being added, I think this is key to any multiplayer shooter nowadays, whether or not it's actually a competitive based shooter built upon the foundation of being a very competitive game. And this is where I say this is what Treyarch does. They make games that are really much catered to pro players, and while I don't favor that approach too much because pros are on a different level of what they need and desire compared to the regular mainstream audience, and that's where Infinity Ward really strives pretty well, and they cater to a lot of the mainstream, and why a lot of their games are pretty much record setting and very popular. But in this case, Treyarch is stepping in and they are creating a ranked play playlist. Now, what does this mean? How is it going to flow? I do not know, but just the general option to give ranked playlist is something that I applaud and I am all here for. Any shooter should now have ranked play at least, because it just makes sense. Now, on top of that, we're getting a lot of returning modes that are all great. At the launch, we're getting Infected, Gun Game, and Grind. I love Gun Game, I love Infected. And then later in the season, we'll be getting Drop Zone, All or Nothing, and One in the Chamber. And One in the Chamber is like one of my favorite all-time modes. I loved it in Modern Warfare 3, and I'm excited to see it return in Modern Warfare 2. Now, we slide over to Warzone 2.0. Getting a brand new map in the Return of Resurgence is honestly a very good thing, but we've known about this. Now, one thing that kind of came out of nowhere is these redeploy drones. Honestly, I didn't know if we'll see this redeploy system back in play. Now, it's not going to be the launch of Season 2, but at some point when the mid-season update drops, we'll be seeing redeploy balloons around the new Resurgence map, and I think maybe Al Miraz, I at least hope so. I haven't looked, but I haven't also seen anything that has stated that redeploy drones will also be in the major, massive map of Al Miraz. I do hope that is true, and I hope that it is a part of that experience, because honestly, just giving players faster ways to move about will definitely address a lot of the pacing issues that can be an issue when it comes to the longevity of the match itself. So this is all good news, and I'm really excited for this. And then 1v1 Gulag is coming back. Now, there are some new contracts that are coming in season, which I do think is also pretty good. Now, the weapons itself, we're getting an assault rifle, which I'm pretty excited about. I don't know what the ISO Hemlock is. It seems like it's a gun I've seen before in real life in terms of me watching military stuff, or I watched a lot of those gun videos. It's always something intriguing. So, seeing this, it rings a bell, but doesn't ring a bell. So maybe I'm just blanking out. I don't know. And then we're getting a brand new shotgun, which is intriguing. It looks like a semi-auto. And then later in the season, we're getting a marksman rifle, which honestly, I don't know how I feel about, but in multiplayer, it should be okay. And Warzone, I don't know how good it could be. And then a crossbow, don't really care. And then a melee-based weapon, which I think is whatever. Now, let's get into a little bit of the critiques. What is up with the 6v6 maps for multiplayer? Dome and the museum map are technically not new maps. Now, Dome is a remastered, which I'm fine with. I love the map itself, but it's seen in the observatory place of interest on Al Miraz Battle Royale. So if this map is from Warzone, just closed off and maybe a few tweaks to make it, the setting, the time of day, whatever, fit Dome for multiplayer, is it really new? And then the museum map was a highlight in the beta. It was withheld because of copyright reasons from the actual museum. Now, I don't know what's changed. It could only probably be aesthetics of trying to change the location around it. Maybe it's not in LA, it's more in South America now, things like that. I don't know what they did, but also it's a map I played. So why are we coming out with new maps that are not new at all? I understand remasters, but this 6v6 maps being maps we already played on before doesn't sit well with me at all. Now, the other maps, the battle maps, are not new either. They are actually from the Al Miraz Battle Royale map on Warzone. So even though they're new options and they'll slightly be different in tone, a different way, it's technically not new either. So that's a little bit on the what side, but yeah, it is what it is. I guess it's where we're at with comes to live service and Call of Duty right now. I don't know what's the deal. I know the season was delayed 2 weeks, which I would definitely lean on. It was delayed because of, making sure the patches and, you know, these fundamental changes to the Warzone and general experience of the game itself were probably needed some more time. So again, I get that aspect, and I think the biggest part of this update will be those fundamental changes that are changing the way the game feels. But I was expecting maybe a little bit more new stuff. You know, I don't think it's acceptable just, oh, we figured out the copyright thing, we're gonna throw that in as a new map just to get you by. And then on top of that, guys, you may not see, you know, I don't know if you guys noticed, but there isn't another map coming at mid-season right now. It seems to be confirmed that these are the maps we're getting, and we're not gonna get a mid-season map, which is a little bit unfortunate. But I don't know, it's one of those things where I'm like, man, this isn't a good look. I don't like some of the stuff. I'm excited for the new weapons. I'm excited for the fundamental changes. I'm going to play this game. I'm going to play ranked, but I am a little let down. Oh, and the best part, guys, the Ronin operator that we see, the headline operator for season 2, is not new. He's an operator that existed in Modern Warfare 2019. So that kind of is a front page of this is the recycled season. And that can be, I guess you could say, a label to this season so far that, again, on face value, on paper, is pretty accurate. But let me know your thoughts down below on these controversies. I don't really know if I feel good about, you know, what we see, but hey, it is what it is, and that's all I have to say to it. But again, let me know your thoughts down below. Collectively, this roadmap looks pretty good, but when you go a little bit deeper into it, you're like, yeah, you know what? That's a little fishy. But again, leave your thoughts down below. If you guys enjoyed this video, found this video informative, definitely drop this video a like. Helps out the video a ton. And if you guys are new here and want more content from me, whether that's Call of Duty, Destiny 2, Rainbow Six Siege, or any other game coming on the channel, definitely hit that subscribe button and the bell to be notified for when that content drops. A lot of stuff on the way. And if you notice, I'm just pumping out everything, just pumping out shorts, videos, and you guys should enjoy what's on the way, especially with this new season. But again, that's all I have to say. Hope you guys have a good one. Shenergy here, and I'm out.